Critical Mash.
This Friday, February 27th, is Pokemon Day, and it's not just any Pokemon Day, it's the 30th anniversary, so I'm willing to bet that this Presents is going to be an interesting one. I think they've been dropping some clues with their other 30th anniversary promotional items, and I think they'll tie into this Presents in a big way. So here are my predictions. Pokemon is one of my favorite franchises of all time, and so you know I can't miss out on predicting this Pokemon Presents. It's going to be this Friday, February 27th, and this is a special Presents because it's the 30th anniversary. I think Pokemon has been dropping some clues as to what they have planned throughout their other 30th anniversary promotional items. And the big one, I think, is actually their Super Bowl commercial. It was called What's Your Favorite? And it was just a bunch of celebrities talking about who their favorite Pokemon were. However, to tie this in further, the Pokemon Company just released a set of logos for the 30th anniversary, and there's over 1,000 of them. There's one logo for every Pokemon currently in existence. And I think they're going to try to appeal to the core demographic of more old school Pokemon fans, the enthusiasts. I think Game Freak is a little slow sometimes to react to fan criticisms and feedback, but they always do react. And this piece of feedback goes back to the launch of Sword and Shield with the Dexit controversy. I think they've been listening, they've been preparing. It's a big undertaking, but I think it doesn't make sense to me why they would pursue this campaign that's highlighting each and every Pokemon and then release a game that doesn't have each and every Pokemon. So I think this is going to be Pokemon's Everyone is Here moment. And they may even do a cool compilation trailer for it where it shows like a very quick snippet of one of each Pokemon and it speeds up or something so it doesn't take too long, but just something highlighting that all the Pokemon from the previous generations will be included in this release. Beyond that, I think we're going to get a look at the new starters and the box legendaries. I know from leaks that this new generation is going to be an island hopping adventure and the same style as maybe Hoenn or Alola. And so I think with a lot of anniversary year releases and just in general, we get a lot of Gen 1 callbacks because there's a lot of nostalgia for Gen 1. But I want to see some love for all the generations. So because this is another island hopping region, I think maybe we're going to get a lot of callbacks for generations 3 and 7. So for Hoenn and Alola, because that tropical setting will gel well with each other, they'll mesh well. And I think having these three generations share similarities side by side would be a good thing. I don't think we're going to get too much gameplay shown. We are going to see footage to see how much they've improved the graphics. I think this is going to be a Switch 2 exclusive, the first Switch 2 exclusive Pokemon game. But let's see, beyond that, I really don't think we're going to get too much shown. I think it's going to be more of a teaser than a trailer, and I think they're going to slow drip feed us some more updates and details leading up to the release, I should say, most likely in November, this November. And in terms of that release cycle for these new games, I'd like to see them do something a little different. I know traditionally we get a lot of new Pokemon revealed leading up to the new releases with full details, like we'll get the name of the Pokemon, the type, some interesting facts, some gameplay features. But I'd like to see them reveal maybe field logs or research logs from researchers where it's unidentified Pokemon from this new region. And I just think it would build intrigue and discussion among the fan base if they're revealing Pokemon as if it's, something that they need more data on. They don't have complete data on, and, they're not necessarily revealing the name of the Pokemon, all too many details about it, but they're just saying, hey, we have this new design, and we're not going to reveal more than that. And I think that would be a lot of fun for the fan base and the community to discuss online and speculate, and it would get a lot of attention, I think more so than if they revealed the full name. Like, imagine too if they released new evolutions from Pokemon from previous generations, and we just saw them like in the background of a trailer or something, and then they don't mention it again until release. I think that would be incredible. And I think tying into kind of the wonder of Pokemon for me, what got me into it as a kid was there was this sense of mystery and adventure. You never knew, like, when a new Pokemon movie would come out, there might be a Pokemon you've never seen before. There would be debates and arguments about whether a Pokemon was a legendary or not, what Pokemon evolved into what, like the playground rumor type of stuff. And a lot of the adult fans have huge nostalgia for that type of playground speculation, let's call it, surrounding the Pokemon games, the older Pokemon games. And to bring that feeling back, I think, this reveal style or this release style of new information where they show new Pokemon but don't reveal any details on them, it would make a lot of people feel that sense of wonder again and want to return. Maybe some lapsed fans would return to the franchise over that hype and speculation surrounding these new mystery Pokemon. It's hard to do this in the internet age, and Pokemon has suffered a lot with leaks, but if they can do it right, I think it would hit right. I also think that we're going to see a gameplay shakeup of some kind. I don't know how drastic it's going to be from the standard formula, if it's going to copy what was done in ZA or do something a little different, but I do think that because Champions is going to be the main game to compete in at the VGCs, at the championships, I think Champions is going to continue that traditional Pokemon turn-based gameplay experience, and that the mainline series is going to start to experiment with new gameplay styles. And speaking of Champions, I think we're going to get a more in-depth reveal trailer, release date, and information surrounding that game as well. Now, it wouldn't be a Pokemon Presents with a bunch of little updates on the mobile game offerings, stuff like Pokemon Unite, which I think they're going to announce is getting a Switch 2 native port. I think we're going to see like Cafe Remix, Pokemon Go. What else is there? There is, we already talked about Masters, Sleep, all these games, right? There's so many Pokemon mobile game offerings at this point, and they always highlight updates during these presents. So we're definitely going to see those as well. I think they're also going to touch on Pokopia because that's right around the corner. And I think we've seen mostly everything they'd like to show us for that release. But it is the 30th anniversary. There's a lot of nostalgia for Pokemon, and that nostalgia is always the most apparent during the anniversary years. I think there will be some kind of free update or DLC of some kind that is ties into the anniversary in some kind of nostalgic way, whether it's tile sets or in-game models that look retro, like from the Game Boy or Game Boy Advance games, or just some kind of thing to tie into every generation of Pokemon within Pokopia. And other than that, I think they're gonna, tell us it's releasing, I think March 5th. It's right around the corner. They're gonna build up some hype for that, and they're gonna move on because they've already shown us a lot about it. In terms of the trading card game, I don't think they're going to necessarily reveal the new generation's trading card game series. I think they're going to reveal the new set for the 30th anniversary. They might tease the new generation series, but the anniversary sets are always a lot of fun. There's a lot of callbacks, and they always do really interesting and unique things with them. I also think, and I'm not sure if they're going to reveal 2 special sets or even 2 sets and 1 presents, but one thing I've been wondering about is we have Pokemon TCG Pocket. We're definitely going to get some kind of celebration update within that app as well. But within Pocket, there has been card artworks that are not reflected in the physical card game. And at this point in time, it's been over a year since Pocket has released. I think we're getting to a point where we can get a full new set in the physical trading card game that uses these unique artworks and not necessarily the mechanics, but just repurposes the artwork from TCG Pocket into a full set for the physical release. I think that would be great to see. The artwork is so good in many cases, and it deserves to be printed as well. I also need to say, and I know I'm dreaming here, but I just gotta say it, because maybe if I say it, I can manifest it. but please, it's time. We need a new Mystery Dungeon game. I love this series. It did get some love recently with the new NSO icons, but Mystery Dungeon for me, it goes side by side with the mainline games. I loved them growing up, and they were frequent when I was growing up, but now they're gone, and they've been gone for a while. But I don't think they're going to stay that way. Eventually, this series needs to come back. I don't know if the time is now, but I'm still going to add it to this list of predictions. Pokemon and brand collaborations have gone hand in hand recently with stuff like the recent Lego launches and the Van Gogh Museum, but I think we're going to get something new announced here. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it'll be something sneaker related, or yeah, you really never know. Pokemon is the largest multimedia franchise in the world. You don't know who they're going to partner with next. But they do have a museum tour going on right now. It's coming to the US, and I think they'll have some more to announce. It's not going to be Lego related, I'll tell you that, but I think we're going to see something during this Presents. And finally, let's talk the Pokemon anime. It's been years since we've gotten a new movie, and I believe there's one in development if I've seen certain leaks correctly and if they're to be believed. But tying back into what I was talking about earlier with that sense of wonder and mystery surrounding new Pokemon, there were so many classic movies and in the TV show as well, where they would include a new Pokemon, a Pokemon that hadn't been revealed yet from a future generation, years ahead of time in the anime, like Ho-Oh in the first episode, Donphan in the first movie, and it would really build that sense of intrigue. And I think it's time to bring that back. I think they're going to reveal a trailer for a new Pokemon movie coming out this year. It's not going to star Ash, and it's going to have some new Pokemon that haven't been revealed yet, and they're not really going to go into detail in them. It's going to be a mystery, and we're going to have to watch this movie to find out more about those Pokemon. I think that would be really fun. And to tie into the movie, I think they're also going to reveal whatever they have in store for the new series. I don't know if it's going to be a continuation of Horizons, a continuation of Ash's journey, or something brand new altogether, but I think whenever the movie is released, they'll also release the first episode or two of the new show to tie into it and build hype for both of them. And those are all the predictions I have for now. I'm really excited to see more on Pokemon Day and to continue celebrating the 30th anniversary. Pokemon is, if not my favorite, one of my favorite franchises of all time, and I can't wait to see what the new generation of Pokemon brings us. And as I've said, that's about all I've got for now, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching Critical Mash.